If you hood educated, I'm glad you made it. Allow me to unfold my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a hood brother's point of view to all of you here, there, and everywhere. Now check me out. It is being reported that NBA YoungBoy's homeboy or slash artist NBA Herm has been locked up for robbery, a felony robbery. And y'all won't believe who the person that he's accused of robbing. He is accused of robbing his child's mother, a woman that he just proposed to in front of the whole wide world. Check it out.
Go behind me, go behind me.
I'm so happy. I can't stop crying, but I'm so happy. I'm so happy. I can't stop crying. I'm trying. I'm so happy. These are happy tears, I swear.
Good shit. That's that light skin shit coming. That's that light skin shit coming out.
Oh my God.
Beautiful demonstration. I mean, here it is, I love to see that, that unity between a man and woman. And when a man take that step forward and say, hey, look, baby, I want the world to know I'm with you. I don't want nobody else. We gonna say these vows to each other. We gonna swear to be there through thick and thin, sick and health, and life and death, and all that old type of stuff. I love to see that unification of a man and a woman who is sincere about their vows, right? In their confession of love. I like that right there, right? So now I know y'all probably want to say, well, damn, hood, if he just proposed to her, how the hell he end up robbing her? Well, look, we gonna talk about the robbery, right? We gonna talk about that. But before we talk about that, we gotta talk about what happened. And what I mean about what happened, look, this sister hit the Instagram I'm talking about and said that this man right here beat her down like a dog, snatched her wig off, titties everywhere, panties, and then she say ain't nobody help her. He beat her in front of a club and ain't nobody do nothing. They just sat back and watched him beat her down. Now look, I could never agree with that right there. And I know, some of you brothers, your blood is boiling because, we don't like to see woman beaters, right? Because, we come from a woman, we love our mama, we got sisters, we got aunties, cousins, grandmamas and stuff like that. And for us to see somebody harming them, hell no, right? So we empathize, right? and sympathize when we hear about a woman getting beat like that. Because we don't want to see our children, our daughters get beat like that. And it's just, come on now, we men, we understand that, the creator, built us in a way where we're stronger physically, you know what I mean? So we should be able to manhandle a woman and all that old type of stuff. So, we look down on men like that put their hands on women. We down them. I mean, we don't respect them. And I understand totally. And then, we might get some men that might say, hey, look, a woman needs to stay in her place. If she put her hands on a man and a man put his hands on her, that's equal. And look, let me say this. I understand the concept. I understand what some brothers be saying. But yet still, I still cannot agree with a full-grown man putting his hands on a woman. Now, if a woman just strike you, of course, you might react because you got struck or whatever. She fired on you, slapped you or whatever. But that don't mean that you beat her with your hands. You just grab, hey, hold on, baby, what you doing? Hey, don't do that. You got to grab a hold her, let her feel that strength. Hey, baby, not gone now. I'm finna lead, not gone. That type of demonstration. But all that, no. I can't agree with that. But she said out her mouth that that's what he did to her. Check it out. All of y'all scared of that big slow bitch. That shit sad. Can't even be a real ass nigga and tell him he wrong or stop. Y'all sat and watched him beat me like a fucking dog. Panties ripped and hanging off me. Titties out for the world to see, pulled my wig off and was fighting me like he should have fought them niggas at the door. You took your anger out on the wrong bitch. I ain't do shit to you but leave you where you had me fucked up at. Charges pressed. Go crash out behind them niggas and them demons on your back. You thought you did your big one beating on me, but I'm not no gangster. And I'm not in the streets. You gon' sit in jail, bitch. I got shit to lose. You don't. And I don't give a fuck who feels some type of way about me pressing charges because nobody gave a fuck when he did what he did in front of Area 29 this morning. Nobody stopped him. Nobody helped. Fuck all y'all, for real. I hope he stay and rot in that bitch. And this is what Herm had to say. I'm single and live it. Here's Herm again. I'm about to turn myself in, y'all. Now, y'all know I can't agree with that. I mean, this sister right here is saying that this man right here put his hands on her in the worst way. She mad, so she disrespecting him, calling him slow. He should have been putting his hands on them other guys that did this, that, and the other, and the cold-blooded part about all this is like, how did y'all go from that loving video to now y'all talking about, he talking about some, I'm single and love it, and I mean, he didn't say love it, he said, I'm single and live it. Y'all gotta excuse NBA Herm. Me and Herm was on that small bus. When we get to texting and we mad and stuff like that, we get to saying stuff that we really don't even mean or stuff that we don't even understand and all that. So y'all gotta excuse NBA Herm, excuse Hood Educated. Y'all know I butcher words and say wrong stuff sometimes and put stuff in the wrong context. Look, we was on the short bus together. You see? So I believe the brother meant to say, I'm single and loving it. But instead he said, I'm single and live it. Hey. Blame it on the iPhone. iPhone get things wrong too. But now on a serious note though, like, how did they go from that? Like, what could cause your look, I love you, baby, I want to marry you, to I'm locked up for robbery. She saying I done beat her almost to death. Like, how does that happen? Get in the comments, y'all. Explain to me how that happened, right? How could something like that possibly happen? I have my own ideas, and we'll get to that in a minute. But as of now, let's look at the complaint, right? Let's look at what the Harris County District Attorney is charging NBA Herm with. Check it out. Before me, the undersigned Assistant District Attorney of Harris County, Texas, this day appeared the undersigned affiant who under oath says he has good reason to believe and does believe that in Harris County, Texas, Jonathan Hamilton, hereafter styled the defendant, here therefore on or about August 1st, 2026, did then and there unlawfully, while in the course of committing theft of property owned by Precious Ferguson, and with intent to obtain and maintain control of the property, intentionally, knowingly, and recklessly caused bodily injury to Precious Ferguson by striking the complaint face and kicking the complaint's body. Herm stole my phone, and if you need to reach me, DM me on IG until I get a new phone. Damn. All over a phone? So this man right here was, hitting her in the face like the document said, struck her in the face, kicked her while she was on the ground. All over a phone? Over a phone. Now, I can see if, she robbed him for $100,000, you know what I'm saying? And he was like, man, get my money back or whatever. But he took her phone. And beat her for the phone. And beat her bad behind the phone. Hey, look, let me ask y'all brothers something. How many of y'all doing that to y'all woman behind her phone? I'm talking about snatch the phone from her, beat her down for the phone and all that old kicker and all that. How many brothers is actually doing something like that behind your woman's phone? Well, listen. We living in a new era and time now. And, a lot of the times, right? Men and women, we keep deep secrets in them phones. Y'all, come on now. See, y'all, come on now. We can act slow if we want to. I was on the little bus, but I ain't that damn slow. I know y'all ain't neither. We hood educated, not lame related. But, usually, right, when people are not doing things right, they keep them secrets in that phone. And so I wonder, and I'm speculating here, y'all. I'm assuming here because this whole thing was behind that phone. Now, usually, when something like that go down behind that phone, it's something in that phone that somebody don't want to be revealed. Now, understand something. That doesn't mean that he should have put his hands on her. He shouldn't have did nothing. I'm talking about if she had Albie Show in the phone, if she had Charleston White in the phone, Diddy, Billy D. Williams, you understand what I'm saying? Whoever, right? Whoever she had in that phone, that doesn't mean that she deserved to get beat the way that she said that he beat on her, right? Or let's just say, what if it's not that? What if it wasn't a guy in her phone that she was possibly cheating with? Let's just say that wasn't it. Could we say that, maybe he took her phone because she was trying to call the police on him? And I thought about that, but then I say, well, that probably wouldn't make no sense because, why would she be calling the police in the first place if he ain't put his hands on her? You see what I'm saying? So he seen something in that phone. She probably tried to fight for it to get it back, and he got hurt. His feelings was hurt. He don't know how to, do conflict resolution. So the only thing he know how to do, because he's violent, he's a gang member, he's a gangster. Hey, look, he do what gangsters do. They beat their women. That's what he did. Are you cheating on me? I just proposed to you in front of everybody, in front of the world. Now I grab your phone and I see you been kicking it with dude over here. Oh no, I can't have that right there. You done hurt my heart. You done hurt my feelings. You see? Now again, and like I said, y'all, I'm assuming, I'm speculating, because I don't see why a phone would cause all that melee. You see what I'm saying? I don't see why a phone would cause all that unless there was something in that phone. Y'all feel what I'm saying? Or am I tripping? Am I reaching, as y'all say sometimes? Is hood educated reaching? Right? Now listen. I gotta reiterate this. I do not agree. If somebody was in her phone, if she was cheating and somebody was in her phone, I could never agree with that brother putting his hands on that woman like that. The way that she described it, the way that the court or the district attorney described it, I can't I can't agree with that right there. Now, the logical thing to do, hey, look, you find somebody in your girl phone, just, hey, damn, for real? Okay, then cool. You keeping secrets? Let me go on about my way. Let me get on up out your way so you ain't got to keep no more secrets no more. You know, y'all ain't got to hide and sneak and do all that old type of stuff. Y'all can do what y'all want to do freely. I'm in the way, obviously. I'm in the way of you doing something that you want to do. So let me get out your way. You see what I'm saying? Instead of beating on the woman, getting all mad, yeah, you're going to be hurt and feel betrayed and all that. But remove yourself from a situation like that. So that way you ain't got to sit there and look in her face, and while she's sitting up there still trying to play in your face, trying to lie to you, you ain't got to deal with that type of betrayal or that disloyalty. You just remove yourself. Hey, look, I got to get away from this. I got to leave you alone. Because if you truly loved me and you was really for me, another man wouldn't even entertain your thoughts. You wouldn't even be looking at another man like that if you really was serious about me. But being that she's not serious about you, then hey, like, look, check this out. I'm going to give you your room. Because there's somebody out there that's going to be serious about you. That's going to love you the way that you want to be loved. Like they always say, love who love you, not who you love. And I know a lot of y'all probably saying, well, damn, Hood, wait a minute. You know, you got to break that down. Allow me to elaborate. You must love who love you because they love you. So that's why you love them. You don't always love who you love because the person that you might love might not love you. You see what I'm saying now? So yeah, no, love who love you. Be with who got your best interest, and then you have their best interest because love is love. You see what I'm saying? So in my surmise, I believe that something was in that phone. She did not want him to get in that phone. She tried to fight and scratch and all that to keep her secrets and all that. And once he realized what was going on in that phone, he couldn't maintain his composure, and then he struck out on him and did something he ain't had no business doing. Now he's sitting up in jail for robbery, felony robbery. You see? And now he possibly finna go do some time. Texas don't play like that. You see what I'm saying? Now draw off this though. This finna blow y'all mind all the way back. I remember when I was young, right? A family member of mine was having some domestic issues, right? I'm young, I'm probably like 13. My older brother probably like 16, right? And the family member was a little bit older than us too. And she was having some domestic problems. So us being the boys, all we know how to do is do these here. You done put your hands on our family member, we got to come and put this on you. And so we putting them things on them. We beating them, along with her, beating them down. But see, we boys, we don't understand that they really in love with each other and that they in this relationship. We young boys, we thinking that we finna beat him down and we will never ever see him again in our lives. We was wrong. Because even during the beating, she stopped us. Hey, wait, hold on, y'all gonna kill him. That's enough. Hold on, stop. Well, what do you mean? We supposed to do this to him. He hurt you. We supposed to be just, trying to kill this person. Why do we gotta stop? Oh, that's enough. Right? And so the next thing we know is that, he's in the hospital because of the damage that we demonstrated. She's in the hospital with him, nursing him along with the nurses. You see? And after all that, they together in the house. Now when I see this guy, I'm thinking to myself, say, man, you know, we just did this to you, when you gonna strike back? He played it like it never even happened. She played it like it never even happened. And they stayed together, even had a child with each other. You see? Now, that taught me something at a young age. Sometimes you gotta mind your business. And y'all probably saying to yourself, hood educated, what does that story got to do with this story? Because sometimes we gotta mind our damn business. Check it out. Nobody ever robbed me. Me and Herm were just going through something because I found out he cheated on me. He is not a bad person. I love him. I should have never ran to the internet with no bullshit. At the end of the day, I'm a woman and I was in an emotional state. I wasn't thinking clearly or thinking how what I say online would be taken out of context. At the end of the day, I just want my husband back. And I love him. Baby, if you're reading this, I'm sorry. I love you. So, wait a minute here. Hold on now. So, you caught Herm cheating. And y'all wasn't fighting over his phone or how you find out Herm was cheating? But all of a sudden, now Herm was cheating. And you want your husband back, y'all were just going through something, all them kicks to the face and all that, and you pressing charges, he's slowing, that's nothing. I mean, hey, you said all that in front of the whole world, disrespected your husband in front of everybody, he disrespected you and all this old type of stuff. We possibly wouldn't ever even knew anything about it if it wasn't for you. But, Herm was cheating. But Herm was fighting you behind your phone. And now he charged with robbery. Yeah. See, I told y'all. Y'all ain't want to. We got to mind our damn business. We got to mind our damn business, because this is their relationship. You got to, you gotta mind your business because, you can spin it, twist it, flip it, however you want to flip it. They gonna be together. You understand what I'm saying? Now, before I depart, allow me to say this right here. To all the sisters, this is not a joking matter because he shouldn't have put his hands on that woman. But to all the sisters, right? Whenever a man do you like this is not his first time doing this. You understand? He's comfortable in doing what he did because he did it in front of everybody. Punched her or struck her in the face, kicked her while she was down. This is your child's mother. No type of regard, no respect at all. This is not his first time doing this. And whatever happened that hurt him so much to the point, or he felt disrespected so much to the point that he could put his hands on his future wife and child's mother and put his feet. Come on. This is not normal behavior. Whenever a person do you like this, women, you need to flee, get away. And let me explain to you why you should get away, no matter how much you might love this person. Because this type of behavior, it grows within time. Now he beating you and kicking you. Next he gonna bite you. You understand? He gonna pull your hair next time. It just increases. It don't decrease. It increases. Next he's stabbing you, shooting you, killing you, threatening to kill you. You understand what I'm saying? So whenever you go through something like this with a man and he do you the way she described this brother as doing her, And now all of a sudden, all that is okay. I just was tripping. I just want my man. No, what she is doing right now, she is encouraging that type of behavior. She's letting him know that, hey, look, it's okay. When I get mad, I can kick her in her ass. She gonna take me back. You understand? Now, don't get me wrong. People do make mistakes. But in something like this, he needs to go get some type of help. He needs to go to some type of domestic abuse classes and stuff like that so that he can understand how to channel and deal with his anger. The last person you should be taking your anger out is your wife, your child's mother. Because you would never want somebody to do your daughter like that. Am I lying, man? Alright then. This is Hood Educated, not Lame Related. Peace and love, and y'all take care of yourself out there. If I said anything that caused you to think, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And if you're feeling generous, please make a small donation to the channel. Peace and love.